All righty. We are where we need to be. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon if you're on the East Coast. I am really excited to be here for our first official business training of 2024. I almost said 2023, and I still feel like it's Monday. So it's a whole thing. Welcome to this business training with Jenny Cerda. She is here to talk a little bit about making the sales system work for you. One of the biggest things I hope anyone who works with me learns is that whatever is the best for your business is what I want you to do. The sales system presents a lot of different ideas and a lot of different ways that you can stay in contact with your customers, ideas on sharing. But I'm going to let Jenny go ahead and talk to you about different ways to make it work for you. Truly, we are so lucky to have her here. She is a phenomenal leader. And a few things that I love about Jenny. Number one, she truly does embody the calm and the balance and the taking things a step at a time to learn them, and just not being so overwhelmed and getting rid of that hustle culture. And of course, she's always going to advocate what is going to be best for her and for her team. Some of the adaptations we've made to the sales system have been as a direct result of feedback from Jenny Cerda and from many of you here. So I'm just going to hand it over to Jenny. And thank you so much for being on today, Jenny. We truly appreciate it.
Well, thank you for inviting me. This is a topic that I really feel pretty strongly about because I have been doing this business for a while. And I feel like when Shanae announced the Aligned Sales System and Jesse, I was like, okay, this is everything I've been wanting and trying to put together for all these years that I've been doing this. Now, having said that, I don't want you guys to think like I want to tell you that it's a work in progress for all of us. So if you're 80% in and you've been doing the things and feeling good about it, but just haven't made it to the 100% mark, great. If you are just like sitting, looking, thinking, oh, I wish I need to do that, but you haven't quite jumped in, that's okay too. This is like, we're all in different places with this. But I really strongly advocate for you to give it a shot because it is so helpful. And I kind of like, I will not go into great detail on this because the whole conversation I could have with you about meal planning is long and drawn out, and I don't do it super, like, I'm not like a crazy meal planner person, but I feel like the line system is kind of like that meal plan. It's like in your business, you have every person with skin and every possible way to promote your business. And it's like at dinner time, every single thing that you can get at the grocery store is an option. How do you decide, right? So this narrows it down. It's like, and I feel like this calendar is amazing because it's like, okay, this is your meal plan. And so one of the things that I do is I just like every day of the week, I put what's for supper. That's all I really do major planning around. And if it's like, if I'm like, okay, it's Tuesday, January 9th, and I'm supposed to send my sales system email today. But you know what? Yesterday there was that affirmation reel. I could just share that. Like, okay, today we have this fruit and vegetable medley that I put on there because I was really feeling inspired to eat well in the new year. But I feel like having the lasagna that's on Thursday, just do that, right? Like it's a mix and match. You can take it and use it in whatever way works best for you. So I want you to hear that. And I want you to also know, like, Shanae and Jesse, they have been so open to feedback on this, right? And we have this conversation a lot, Shanae, where I'll be like, okay, well, what about this? I mean, I know you guys have worked really hard on this, but could we do this instead? And their response is always, Yeah, we're open to all the feedback. We don't own it. We're not defensive about it. It's a work in progress, and we're all working on it together. So just keep those things in mind. It's for you to use however works best for you. And it's a work in progress. So if you have feedback, definitely share that with your leaders or Shanae or Jesse or whoever you feel most comfortable sharing with. Having said all that, I love the concept. I love everything that we're doing right now with it. Is so good. And the improvements that Shanae has made just to launch 2024 are really good too. It's all the things that, like I was saying, like that I've kind of like, I would get going on one piece and then I'd kind of pivot to this other piece, but I couldn't get all the parts going together at the same time. Like all the balls in the air, you're juggling things. This is like the culmination of all the things that I really wanted to have working well in my business, but all at one time. And I didn't have to do all the work. I just have to kind of take it and run with it. And that is probably my favorite thing about the Alliance sales system. And I do use it. I look at it. I have all of the pieces in place, but you should also know that there really has only been 1 month where I was able to check all the things off, right? So I didn't execute every single piece every single month. I wanted to make sure I did that so I could see that I had all the pieces and that I could do it. And I think I aspire to do it, but it just doesn't always work out, and that's okay. Um, Let me just give you one piece of advice. I used to teach like a steady skills seminar for college kids, for freshmen when they came in. And one of the things that, I mean, those are 18-year-old kids. I'm 53. I still have this problem. It's like I get overwhelmed by something, and so I put it off. I mean, it happens to lots of us. Um, but the advice that I always gave those students was, if you really can't, you're just really struggling to sit down and work on that big term paper that you're working on, or to study for the big test you have coming up, or work on the project for your class, find 5 minutes or 10 minutes and just sit down and just start. Like maybe it's making a list or a rough outline, or just starting to write something for the introductory paragraph of your term paper, or just brainstorming something about it. Like just jump in for a few minutes. And if at the end of 5 or 10 minutes you still are not at all engaged, and you're like, oh, I can't do this, stop and then come back to it later, right? So I find that that's really good advice for me. If I really just can't make myself do something, but I know I need to do it, then I will just try to take the few minutes, spend a little bit of time with it. And then when I'm in, it's like, oh, yes, I get this. It makes sense. I can understand that. I can do this. And that's kind of how I think of the sales system. I think, when I talk about how amazing it is, how it is everything I wanted for the past 10 years, that might be a little overwhelming. So I apologize for that. I wasn't trying to overwhelm you, but just take the time to do the one thing, and see how that goes. And the one thing right now, I don't know if you guys saw, but Shanae put in our group the alignment assignment. Isn't that just clever and cute? But the alignment assignment for this month is setting up your database. This is something that is so important. It's like every time, everybody will say, start a list, contact the people on the list. Like you got to keep track of who you're working with, right? You got to narrow it down from everyone with skin to the people that you can work with. So you don't get overwhelmed, and so that your efforts are more likely to succeed, right? So she has a 6-minute video. So I want to challenge all of you to just set aside maybe 10 minutes so that you can watch the video and then just kind of start with some of the first steps. She really gives you every step that you need. She has a template. All you have to do is copy, and then you can start downloading the clients from your dashboard. And then there you go. You're going to have 10 months worth to download. And then hopefully every month you'll kind of turn it into a monthly system. That's how I do it. But then you'll have everybody that you need to follow up with right there on one sheet. She even showed you how to create the follow-ups for a system using different tabs or worksheets within the spreadsheet. It really, once you dig in and watch it and just try to do a few steps of it, 10 minutes. That's your challenge, okay? 10 minutes to do your alignment assignment. And if you are a true technophobe and it just isn't going to work for you, just reach out because we can show you this is a system that, honest to goodness, probably 10 years ago, I heard Jesse Condor do a training on how to do the same basic system in a 3-ring binder. So it can totally be done that way too. Let us help you figure out the best way to do it for you. All right. So you're setting up your funnel, your list of people that you're going to work with, and doing the database with all your clients is a wonderful place to start. Another place to start that's in part of the sales system, which is probably the second most effective way to do this, is to get, you're always looking for new people to join you in your business, right? I love Jotform. It's part of the system. Shanae has done a great video on it, but it is the easiest, best way to capture information about new people that are interested in your business. So anytime you have a way to collect new people's information, you can send them to your Jotform. So if you're doing like a bazaar at your son's school, for example, anybody who's interested, you could have them enter to win a prize. I usually use my stars to award that prize to someone. It could be like, a $50 shopping spree if you have that many stars, or it could be, any amount that works for you. Have them fill out the Jotform to be entered to win. Then it goes right into your database, like it goes into your Jotform database. And the Jotform is your lead capture tool. So the person is your lead and the Jotform captures the information. So when you hear Shanae talking about your lead capture tool, that's what that is. So you can use that at an event to capture someone's information. You can use that my goal is to a couple times a week even put out something new and exciting, new to others, probably about a line and say, hey, if you want some more information, click here, just fill out my form. And I'll send you some samples or whatever it is that I'm promoting with that post. And I try to do like stories, reels. Yeah, I'm not perfect at any of this, but I get better the longer I do it. So I'm posting in my VIP group. I'm posting my personal page and my business page and my Instagram. I'm not on TikTok, but then when they fill out that form, I get an email and I can look at it and follow up appropriately. It's great. I will say super easy to set this up. If you watch the video, Shanae she's created a template. You really just set up your account, upload the template. It'll give you a link. It's a couple minutes long, I think is all. So that is another great way to capture new people who are interested in your business. And magic happens because you can also connect it to the email system. And so anytime someone does the Jotform, they're already going to be in the email system to get the emails that you're going to be doing as part of the system. One baby step at a time. Start with that database. You go to the Jotform. The email is so worth doing, especially for your clients who have ordered. They're likely to have gotten connected and signed up for the emails and maybe even the texts that our exec team sends out. But the people who are just learning about Align and haven't done that yet, this is a great way. That email that they can get, we have usually once a week an email that Shanae creates that you just have to kind of personalize with your links and then schedule to send out to everybody in your email list. This is one more way to just kind of stay on their radar. And I remember early in my business, I was like, okay, I'm going to do, and my goal then was just a monthly email. And I had a small clientele base and I felt like I knew them pretty well. And so I wrote it in this really very friendly, kind of like I'm talking to a friend kind of way. And I got very few responses. And I was like, "Ugh, is this even worth doing?" Right. But I want to tell you that this is something I have learned. Email is kind of a one-way communication, right? So you aren't going to hear back, oh, yes, I definitely love Soothe. I'm going to go buy that while it's on sale or whatever. People very, very rarely, almost never write back. But in MailChimp, you can see who opened your email. You can see if they clicked on any of your links, all kinds of good stuff. And if they're just new to a line, probably the only consistent messaging that they're going to get, other than the personal one-on-one contacts from you, is going to be these emails. And it just kind of keeps you on their radar, keeps them thinking. And the more times they see you and align, the more likely they're going to be to become comfortable with the brand. Like, it's brand new, and it's going to start to over time feel like, oh yeah, that's a legit brand. Maybe I should try that. Because we have our early adapters, people like, shopped from us in March on the very first day. And then others are watching, and they're kind of, they jump in at different points along the way. So just keep those messages coming. I will put in the comments on this training the link to where Shanae has her database training for the alignment assignment, and then also the link to the playlist for doing all of the sales system, which honestly, I think you can watch all of those videos in less than an hour. It's worth your time. Like I said, take the 10 minutes and get the database set up, and then another day jump in and try a little bit. Oh, perfect. Thank you. All right. One more thing I didn't quite mention about the job form. Anytime someone says, hey, can you send me a sample? Instead of trying to remember it and make a note and use the text or the messenger or Instagram to collect all their information, I always just send them my jot link, my jot form link. And that way it captures a little more information. It gives me an email reminder, because probably they're asking me this while I'm watching the Kansas City Chiefs play, or I'm in the middle of binge watching. What are we doing? We're watching Damages, which is way old, but for whatever reason, probably they're not contacting me while I'm sitting at my office doing my work, right? So then I can say, would you mind please filling this quick form out for me? It helps me so much to know exactly how I can best take care of you. And then it also helps me to remember to send your samples to you in a timely manner. I appreciate it so much. And almost everybody is more than happy to do that. I only have one person who she keeps asking, and I keep sending the link. And anyways, that's a her issue. That's not a me issue. So that's another way to get those people in the loop. Dun, 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 dun. I kind of talked about MailChimp. I'm checking my notes here a little bit just to make sure. I think that is where a lot of people are getting stuck. It sounds to me like, and I get that. I've been trying to learn Canva for 10 months now, because I kind of brought myself up and self-taught in PicMonkey. So if there's ever something that is shared in Canva, the chances are really good that I have jumped over and tried to recreate it in PicMonkey, because that's where I'm familiar, right? So I will tell you though, MailChimp is easy to use. And so if you just watch the video and then just commit to sending out a couple of those emails, and I think it starts to feel a lot more comfortable the more times that you use it. And I think that Shanae is going to share that playlist so you can see how that is. Yes? Okay. All right. So those are some of the key features and reasons I love them, and really just take that advice to just jump in for a few minutes and give it a try. That is the tool that has helped me on more things than I can count through the years, because it can feel overwhelming, but it's going to be so worth it, because when you have it set up, you have access to all these great tools. So, and I know Shanae takes a lot of time to make these amazing. I always print out, and I'm not really a paper person, but I always do print out the calendar for the month and the week's sales system, and just they like kind of float around with me to all the places that I work in my house. But this has all the big things, like here we are right here on the 9th at 11 a.m. doing this business training. It's got it's got all like the appointments and the trainings. It's got Cultivate. It's got Inside Align. It's got when we change over to Aquarius. And that's me. And Sinead too, right? Are you Aquarius? Yes. All the cool, my son is an Aquarius. Anyways, go Aquarius. So it's got all those things that you want to try to be a part of if you can. It's also got some tasks here along the bottom, just ideas that you can do each day that are kind of quick that you can grab and go, concepts for just implementing the sales system. They're just task ideas. Take them and do with them what works best for you. But like, it's like, okay, I don't want to have to pick from the whole grocery store. I can pick from what's on my meal plan, right? This is like my meal plan, lasagna, pizza, all the things that I love. But you can go here and you can pick what you want, and you don't even have to do them on that day. It's not even that. It's just giving you some great ideas, right? And then you have over here what we're focusing on as far as products and sales for this month, what our incentives are. So the top 5 most abundance boxes sold gets 5,000 stars. So all like the key, like the headlines for the month are all over here. And that makes it really easy to be like, okay, what? Because we do switch those around because we want to incentivize different things, right? But this way I know, what are we doing this month? It's so good. Sample of the month. Oh my gosh, you guys. I love that Shanae provided that video about sample of the month with links to all the things. It made my life so much easier. I actually do a sample of the month for my clients, everybody who orders from me. So everybody who ordered from me in December got a sample of the month. I sent them out, I think Friday, and I took the little information card that Shanae created in Canva. I actually updated it in Canva. I was very proud of myself. And then I downloaded it. I sent it to Walgreens and I ordered as many as I needed to send out to the people who purchased from me in December. And I put a little note in there saying, hey, we're focusing on Soothe the 3rd and 4th weeks of January. So check this out, see if you love it, and then stay tuned to see what the specials are for this product in January. So really good, helpful information. Let's see what else. Sample of the month, alignment assignment. Yes, we talked about the alignment assignment. Okay, so that's your monthly overview, which is really stinking helpful. And then every week now, Shanae and I spent some time talking about this because this can be, I heard from some people that it was a little overwhelming, and I love the changes that she made. So she has I love this so much. Shanae, I love your brain. So she's got them. You can see some of them are bolded. That's like a priority item. Like if you only can do one thing, probably do the bolded thing because that's going to be like biggest impact. She also has on here like how many minutes, like minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 15 minutes. The biggest, longest thing is 30 minutes, and that is the recognition call. That's all fun. So this is a really good kind of just cheat sheet. This is your meal plan for the month, and you can pick and choose the things that you want to do that work best for you and where you're at. It is just such a really great way. Bold the tasks or priority. The weekly sheet has yeah, all of this. So good. And then it's just got a couple other pieces of information that you can use at the bottom. Share an offer with your lead capture tool, like ways to use the tools in the sales system to make things easier for you. It's all about making things easier for you. Because if it's not easy, there's too many other things in life that call your attention, right? It is, and there is the whole concept of something that's urgent versus something's important, right? You like your kid is homesick. Well, that's urgent. Your business is important, but it can wait till tomorrow, right? So this is a good way to help you prioritize and take advantage of the time that you have available to do things. All right, so let me talk to you guys about one other little piece that has helped me enormously to be able to just pick up and do these things really fast. And that is the concept of evergreen content. And Shanae is my Yoda. Like all my best tips have come from Shanae for years and years. It's true. It's so true. But evergreen content, I heard her say these words in a training, and I was like, evergreen? boom, like it was so like it just I don't know why I didn't think of it before in that same way, but in that moment it clicked. Like that's how life is. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it'll be right here in my face for, 10 years. And then all of a sudden something happens and it's like, duh, I should have been doing that. Makes perfect sense now. Something makes it click. And when she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, this is exactly what I need to do. Can I share my screen? Do you think? Yeah. Okay, so one of the best tips, I asked Shanae about this a long time ago, and she was like, yes, you got to use Google Photo is the best. And she is absolutely right. So I'm going to share my screen. Maybe.
While Jenny is pulling that up, and I'll just see when the screen changes, I'll stop talking. I didn't really know evergreen content was called evergreen content. I just, at one point in my business in the field, I made a goal to make sure that I had a photo of myself with every single product. Even if I didn't buy it, I would take a picture of it when I was at convention of my
Mhm.
face with it. That is evergreen. Every single time that product is featured or on sale or part of a bundle or I'm talking to someone about it, I can send that photo out to the world. So Jenny has her screen sharing. So I'm going to stop
Yes.
talking, but truly it makes such a huge difference to really be focused on doing something once that you can use lots of times.
Absolutely. I love it. It makes so much sense. And if you're not using Google Photo, it is so good. We started using it, I don't even know, like 7 years ago, maybe. My husband and I and Henry and our daughter Victoria and my mother-in-law all went to Europe. And we were all taking a gazillion pictures of every single thing. And then at the end of the day, we're like, oh, can you send me that one picture? What we actually started using Google Photos because then we could collab in an album. So at whatever event, we can all just drop our pictures into that album and we have everything. We don't have to worry about doing all that. So you can see we have like Victor, happy birthday, Pride. We have this is my father-in-law, all the pictures of him for his 70th birthday bash, and they all just go in there. So it's so good for so many things. It is a little crazy how good it is at finding things in your pictures, but I'm just not going to spend too much time thinking about that. But let's just say we want to find soothe. All the pictures I have of soothe, and just type it up here in the search bar. Also, you could type in selfies, you can type in all kinds of stuff. One time I was looking for a picture of my old couch. I typed in couch, there it was. It's crazy. So like these are my handwritten notes. Sophia ordered Soothe. But you can see Soothe is in all these pictures. There's Jan with Soothe. Magnesium is soothing, I'm guessing it says in there. But you can go and find all the things that have Soothe in them. Um, there we go. Some more pictures. There you go. So there's me with Soothe, all kinds of good stuff. You can type in selfie. This might give you more than you want to see of me, but like if you're like, I need a picture of my face to put somewhere, that's not my face, but it's not. Oh, here, probably the better.
Have you named yourself? Like
I
you can go
have
in
named
and put,
myself. Okay,
yeah,
so
and
let me
put
show
like
you this. So
Jenny.
here's all the selfies I did when I got my Aura Golden eye masks. I guess my husband was in the living room just laughing his butt off. But then you got all the other selfies. But then you can go by date. So if I need something, sometimes I'll go back to July or I'll go to Dallas because that's where we were for convention because we got to take so many great pictures there. And then you can, okay, so I did our Christmas card and I know Victoria is in the least number of pictures. So I found her face and then I found all the pictures with all of us in it. So you can find yourself. And it's just right there. It's as simple as that. For as many years as you have your phone synced up with Google Photos, it's also a great way to just keep your phone from getting overly full and keep all your photos because it's kept up in the cloud. So here's all of Jenny's face. So great tool that makes it easy at any time from your phone to find pictures of you doing whatever you want to do. You could do, if you type in ocean, you can find pictures of you near water. It might not get ocean just right. But like if you're looking for like a relaxing thing, what do you like to do when you have fun? What's your favorite sunset? You know, you can do any of those kinds of things. It is pretty darn brilliant. Um, and easy to use and free. So I'm going to stop sharing now, unless there's anything else you want me to show while I'm in here.
I always get nervous to share my photo. Like, what if there's a photo of my dad changing his shirt or whatever? Like at the
Yes, pictures
I don't
that
know.
are
Yeah,
taken of me falling asleep on the couch or
yeah,
yes, all that kind of
exactly,
stuff. I
exactly.
know.
But one thing I did want to say, someone said that Google Photos fills up. It's if you have a free Google account and you start to get like overfilled on what you have in there, which usually only happens if you use a lot of video. It will tell you, warning, you're running out of room, and then you can go through and delete anything. The other thing is there are as many Google accounts as there are email addresses. If you don't want to pay to upgrade, you could have a work email and Gmail and a home Gmail or whatever works best for you. Until we find something better, this is truly one of my favorite ways to just
Yeah,
keep track of evergreen.
it is really good. Super simple. And yes, and actually I'm paying like $1.99 a month right now. And then I heard you say like just create a new account. I'm like, duh, I have like 4 accounts. I just need to move my phone so it syncs with the next account, I guess. So lots of ways. I love the idea of just kind of being efficient and money conscious. Like it's easy to sometimes be like, I'm going to invest in my business. And it sounds like a smart thing to do, but it's not like, especially when you're first starting, you don't need to invest. Like sometimes like this is free. Maybe there's something better that costs $10 a month, but down the road, if you're flush, then do that. But for now, and probably forever, I'm going to stick with Google Photos because I really like it. It's as good as anything else that I found out there. Let me find my notes again so I don't miss anything. There we go. And zoomy. Okay, so that is the simplest, easiest way to find everything you've ever taken. Now, just like Shanae was saying earlier, I've been doing the same thing that she mentioned. Like as we launched a product, I would get the pictures, like just like I showed you of my golden face masks, like 800 pictures of my face, lovely. But that's kind of what I do when we launch a new product. I will take a bunch of pictures first. I haven't done this yet with the Aura Golden Eye Mask, but then I will do a video just like talking about how to use it, what the main features are, like kind of a longer form video that I'll put up on my YouTube channel. Or an even better idea is to do that, go live in your VIP group or on your Facebook page, do all of that. And then when you're done, download it, and then you can repurpose it for YouTube. You can cut it into different shorts or reels. I am in love with this, one of the resources that Shanae just shared. It's Opus. I'm looking for the name of it.
Opus, opus.ai, I think is what it's
Oh
called.
my gosh, it's so good. I literally, so you sign up for, it's free. And then in your first 7 days, they give you like 100 minutes or something like that. So I've spent the last 7 days finding every video that I've done about every product. And all you do is you plug the whole long video with all your errors. You don't have to do anything to it. Plug it in and it does magic. And then it spits out for some of my videos, it's given me 1 reel. For some, it's given me 3 or 4 reels. I can even show you what I'm going to quickly do this because I think it's pretty cool. Let's go here, share. And I just did, this is the last video that I have. I recorded those 30 days of red light therapy tips in one long take. And I put it in here and it's given me several different, this one.
Research suggests that red light therapy can have anti.
So that's kind of what it looks like. And then you can go in and you
reducing
can edit
inflammation.
it, which is super easy to do. I can change the words. I can move the video around if I think it should focus somewhere else, all that kind of cool stuff.
Real quick, while Jenny's in there, can you guys see when she was scrolling, it gives your video a score.
Yeah.
So it pulls like it automatically is pulling clips out if you put a long form in. Anyway, and then it will give you a score right there. That's a score of 92. She can go in and like delete the words, and then it deletes it out of the video as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you say you delete those, it pulls you saying it out of the video as well. It's really pretty crazy how cool it is.
It's pretty cool. And I'm getting better at it every day. I'm sure you guys, if you see some of these, you'll be like, well, that's interesting. But I'm a work in progress. I'm just throwing stuff out there sometimes, and I know I get better the more I do it. So perfection it's a killer of productivity. So I just try to kind of do some things and get better each time I do them. So this is super cool. So this allows you to create a lot of different content. And I actually have kind of a list of things that I try to create that I'm working on. Like, it's like my list of hold on. It's my ideal list of things I want to create about each thing that we have. So like, so I do the pictures and I do the video, and then you can use those to create different things. I would like to create, and some of this is provided that you guys can find in the ARD, the Ambassador Resource Drive, like hero ingredients for each product. So then you can take those, you can do like static posts, but you could also put them together in a reel with some music and put some arrows in it. So then you have a reel about hero ingredients, and then you can do product reviews from others. You can even just take a screenshot from our website of what people have written. Super simple. Put your face next to it going, look, like how great it is. And then you can use those as static posts, or you can do different ones and put it into a reel, put it in your stories one after the other. Lots of different ways to do that. 5 reasons to use this product. And I will say, like, again, Shanae Wisdom, Chat GTP saves me a ton of time on these things. I can just go into Chat GPT and say, in fact, very recently, ChatGPT, please tell me 5 reasons to use eye masks. And I always say please and thank you, because Henry says you have to be nice to AI because someday it's going to run the world. He told me that the first time he was showing me ChatGPT. And so now I do it.
There's actually someone doing a study because they believe it gives you better output.
Oh my gosh.
Just
That's
it's karma in AI form. I don't know. It's a little weird, but here we are.
That's hilarious. Well, yeah. Wow. So I mean, if you're where I was a couple months ago, I was like, oh my gosh, this feels, I'm 53. It feels a little weird. It's like, but it is so helpful. And I'm still kind of limited in how I'm using it, but I will use it to do something like that. So 5 reasons to use this product. And then I can take that and I can create a reel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can create a blog post, which I did. I can create individual static things to throw up in my stories or put them different places, as a post. And then like how to use the product, the benefits of using the product. So there's 1, 2, 3, that's 6 things that I definitely am trying to have on each product. And the way we are rolling out makes it so great. And the fact that we don't have to redo everything for a new catalog every 6 months. I mean, I just love it because I literally can have evergreen content because it's there. And for me, like, I will do some things. I use Google Photo a ton, but then when I create some of these other things, I have a folder on my computer, or you could create a folder on your phone, that I just keep them. Once I get them kind of polished up, I put them by product, and then I have a join one, and I have a rewards one, and then I just have a picture of me doing random stuff, and that's literally what that folder is called, me doing random stuff. So then I can just grab them and plop them into whatever I'm working on. So then when I go here and it says, share images about hand creams, BOGO hand creams, like I had a bunch of images right there, and I had a reel ready that says, I think it's 5 reasons our hand creams are great, or I'm sure I didn't say it exactly like that, but I could just pick that up, plop it into the schedule on Meta, which I do also use. If you haven't done that yet, I would consider looking into that. We should probably, maybe one of these days we'll do a training on that, huh? That'd be a good one. So anyways, this is kind of a lot, I know, but start wherever you are. Like, start by using Google Photos to find pictures of yourself with whatever, like for this week with the hand creams, any hand cream that you have. Or find pictures online, use the ones that are in the ARD, the ARD. All of this, there's a ton of stuff just available to you right now to use. As you're going forward, try to, pick whatever is focused on. If the second week of the month is your best, most unhectic week, then find whatever's the second week. Take a few minutes with your phone, take some pictures with all the hand creams. That way you have something to use this week. You have it to search for next time we have a special with the hand creams, because it will come around again. It won't maybe necessarily be BOGO, but it will be, somehow we'll be highlighting the hand creams, and that way you'll have all the stuff. And then just pick a product each month or each week or whenever you have time, pick a product and create some great content for that product, so that it's ready for you next time. So that when you have 30 minutes before your son wakes up in the morning to do some scheduling of some content, you can just grab it and plug it in. And that is probably the biggest thing. Because early on, I would look at the sheet and I'd be like, okay, share about Soothe. Like, okay, so I have some pictures about Soothe. How many pictures of Soothe and me can I share? Like, I want to get a little deeper. So then I'd find myself going down this rabbit hole of creating content, which is really good, but only if you keep it and use it again and again and again and again. And nobody cares that it's the same picture you used even 2 days ago. There's so much out there, they'll never even notice. And if they do, like maybe subconsciously, like it'll be recognition, like it's something their brain will like because it'll start to look more familiar. So there's no shame in reusing content. It's really, really good.
100%. And I was going to say, even use the same photo in your stories, in your reel, in your,
Yeah.
it truly, people are not paying as close attention as you think they are. And if they're watching that closely, then good. You've got their,
Yeah.
that's
A lot
great.
of times I'll, like this morning even, I can't remember who it was, but I was on Facebook early in the day, and then I hopped onto Instagram a little bit later and I was like, oh yeah, I saw that on her Facebook. I should comment. Like the second time it really sunk in a little deeper, and I was, made it to my consciousness to make a comment or, do something about the information. So I think it actually can be even an asset to you to have some of those same stories in multiple locations. So, and also I should say, like, I have a little folder for join content, like different ways, because there's a lot of different reasons to do what we're doing. And but to have some of those things kind of ready to go in the moment, it's like sometimes your brain is not feeling at its creative height. And so you're like, okay, let me just look. I want to post about joining. So you can go to your little collection of evergreen, and grab something and put it out there. Um, so it's just a really good reminder to keep an inventory of things about all the topics that are important for your business, and just keep using it and adding to it. And over time, there will be different things that you'll want to be talking about, and there's always new products to talk about. But that's the biggest tip for me, especially with social media, which, I've been a prolific Facebooker, but there's a lot to learn and it changes all the time. So don't wait until you're perfect. Just start doing some things and you get better when you practice. So go
I
out
love
there.
that. And I think that
Yeah.
that is the best tip that I would give anyone, and exactly how I talk about the system that I ended up building by the time I was done in the field is I started with one single thing that I could be committed to week
Mm.
over week, which was follow-ups. So first I started just making sure I was taking really, really good care of my current customers. Then I started making sure I was getting product on new people or reaching out to new people and then taking really, really good care of them. And then these things, they all stack on each other. And I love that you can, just take ideas from this. Yeah, this is not perfect for every single person at a line. But I have been trying really hard to also make sure that the items that are bolded are going to help move you in that direction. So you're doing one, join item per week. You're doing one plan ahead item per week. You're doing one follow-up item per week. And you're going to see things pop up that like, oh yeah, I need to talk about stars. Oh yeah, I need to. So it's a tool. It's
Yeah.
a tool in your toolbox, right? Like everybody prefers a different hammer. That's okay. You find your favorite hammer by trying one. If you've ever used a hammer, I did have a favorite hammer while we were building our house. So
Yes, of course. I have
yeah,
a favorite spoon for mac and cheese. I mean, come on.
exactly. You figure out your own system or a meal plan by taking someone else's recipe and then adapting it to what works for you. And if anyone could take anything away from this entire training, it was what you said at the very beginning, just that all or nothing mentality. Don't let that stop you from trying something.
Yeah. Give it a few minutes.
Give it a
Reach
few
out if you want, if you want to hop on and do a Zoom and we can kind of walk through things together, like I'm here for it. I know I have some people on my team that would want to do that. And we've kind of talked about doing some things like that now that the holidays are in our rear view mirror. So if you want to do that, just message me and we'll get you connected on the call. Cause sometimes it is just like having that person there with you and just spending the few minutes, and seeing that it's not as overwhelming in practice as it might seem in concept. So,
I love that. Well, I am going to link the Cell System YouTube playlist in the description on Facebook and also in the description of this video on YouTube. See, we're using our content more than one place and it's going to live there forever. And I also wanted to challenge each of you to take Jenny's challenge to do the alignment assignment, which is your database. And I am going to be giving away 100 heat seal packs to someone who comments on the alignment assignment. I did my alignment assignment, or I'm aligned, or whatever you want to say. I'm going to pick someone. I'm going to give you guys till next Monday. So we're going to give you some time, but not so much time that we forget. Comment on that video. I did my alignment assignment, and I'm going to pick a winner to get some heat seal packs that you can use to sample. So
yes, brilliant.
thank you everybody so much for jumping on, especially thank you to Jenny. And I mean, we really will just go down a rabbit hole of what about this? What about that? What about this? And just know that if you have feedback on the sales system or something that you feel like is missing, or things that need to be made easier, one thing for sure, I know you need easier access to the tasks on your phone. We're just not there yet, but we're gonna get there. Email us feedback@alignyourskin.com. I am 100% asking for that feedback. I want this to be the best it can for everybody. So thank you so much, Jenny, and thanks everyone for jumping on.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.